Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the Storm Collectibles event exclusive Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm excited because I am a big Scorpion fan. I just finished watching the movie about a week ago. Been trying to sit down and catch up on movies and stuff, and I gotta say, I love Scorpion, man. Like, his whole story and everything about it was cool. But anyway, let's talk about this event exclusive Scorpion. If you missed out on the first Scorpion, you missed out on the second Scorpion, you now have a third chance at Scorpion. So this one is sort of like a blended look. This takes some liberties from certain ones while also giving it like a, you know what? I'm actually not sure. Because it's like a rendition of the Mortal Kombat 11 classic costume, but it's also like a little bit of Mortal Kombat 9 and 10. I'm not even sure anymore. But the point is, it's Scorpion, so I'm not even going to be like mad at it because I'm a fan of it. But for those of you that know better, yeah, go ahead, put it in the comments which one this actually is, because I legitimately don't know. Even after like taking a look, I was just like really unsure. So I'm going to go with, and this is just my opinion, the classic rendition from Mortal Kombat 11. So yeah, I like it. But then again, I like the feel of most Storm Collectible stuff. I've rather enjoyed them a lot when it comes to that soft plastic chest and just the maneuverability of allowing certain poses to just look really good. So like little things like this, just having the butterfly joint to wrap the wrist around and like fold them up, so you can just do little things like this. I know that doesn't mean much, but it looks cool. You know, I don't know. It really resonates with me, articulation wise, to just make them look cool. But yeah, let's jump into our look and articulation. Our head can go up, and this is going to be on that long neck, so you can actually look up. You'll see the hood is a new type of wraparound. It's sort of like a hoodie over it. The faceplate is not removable, so that you don't have to worry about it falling out. I know some people had some issues with this falling out, so that's not the case here anymore. This is still a different type of soft material. So, sorry, it's not different. This is a soft material that you can use. Obviously, you can just wrap it down and you can see the body underneath. But it works with the articulation pretty well, so you don't have to worry about anything getting in your way. You still have that butterfly joint here that rotates back and forth. You can move downward, you can move upward. You can actually strike a T-pose very easily with this guy. Get your Virtual Man on. We have our bicep swivel, which mine is pretty tight. We have our double joint, which folds in. That muscle mass right here is not going to allow you to fold in any further. We have our standard joint, which goes up, down, and you can twist around. And you can actually remove his gauntlet. So if you want your Scorpion to be bare-armed, you can do it. So yeah, keep that in mind for those of you that do all the crazy cool customs that I'm seeing all the time on Instagram. So have fun with that. As far as our ab and upper torso, so we can go backwards. So I'm going to show you it moving backwards, and I'm going to show you it from the side. As you can see here, you can rotate back up and you can crunch forwards as well. Because of the way the ball joint design is, even if you pop it off, you can pop it back on unless you break it at the stem of your ball joint. But most of the time, you'll be able to crunch forward. You can even tilt side to side. So all these are blessings, because this movement's add to when you want to do really cool stuff. So there it is. See, mine's popped out because I moved it too far. So as you can see here, rotating them. You can go left, you can go right. As far as our leg goes, we can go forward. We have a, double jointed movement. We can go forwards, we can go backwards. And I noticed that these joints are a lot stronger. But one thing that I was a little bummed about is you don't get the ankle pivot the way that we used to get it. So it rotates in a different way. As you can see it rotating here. I would have liked the other ball joint where it rotates kind of like on that swivel peg. I'll show you that on the original Scorpion. But I prefer that this one being a lot stronger, because I am always scared of joints breaking, because I put a lot of strain on the ankles. Normally with most action figures, the ankle pivot goes first. So for the fact that being really strong, I'm happy with it, but I actually would have liked the other type for the movement would have looked better, but this one actually functions better. So, and then we have a toe pivot right here. We also have a thigh swivel. So let's see if Scorpion, your main man, can balance on one leg. I know I've done it in my Instagram posts, but it's always cool to do it live, just so we can see if it's real after, you know, you've posed it up a million times. See if those joints hang. And as you can see, he easily gets into posing like he just looks good. Let's actually fix that head a little bit. There we go. Make sure he's looking at you when he gives you the business. And that looks fantastic, honestly. Like, it's one of those things where this is what I'm talking about. With a line like this, the look and feel of it just looks really good, as you can see here on camera. But this may not be for everybody, and that's totally fine. Not everything is going to float your boat. But posing these guys up actually has been really fun for me and is really invigorating for my imagination. So it's cool to be able to pose them up here on camera too. So, ooh, yeah, this looks really good. Yeah, I'm a fan. But again, this is gonna be for those people who clearly missed out on a bunch of other Scorpions, because you do have other designs you can rock with. But me personally, I'm really feeling this one because right now it seems like the joints are stronger. The plastic is slightly different, seems to be stronger as well too. And he's definitely holding up and posing. So these are our pluses in my opinion. Now, without further ado, I'm actually gonna leave him posed up like this, and then I'm gonna jump into those accessories. So let's get to it. All right, so accessory wise, we actually get some cool flame effects. We get an extra head and we get the classic spear. Now, your spear is going to be different this time around. And this is why I said it was close to the MK11 one, because now we're going with the chain design. It's not wired, but I'm pretty sure some cool guy is going to wire it up and it's going to look absolutely fantastic, which is why this is cool. They added the kunai at the end for his chain and spear. And there's a little opening, and this is where you're going to put the wrist joint through. So actually, let's mess with it a little bit, just a little bit. So open it up, chain go through, and this is how you can hang on to it, but you can also just show it in his what's name. And then you can do your get over here or come here. I can't do it in a cool voice, but I tried. But yeah, this is actually a nice little nod, because here's the other thing, right? This is a bonus, right? Because you have this. But if you bought your Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion, right, and you have this one, you can actually still use this with it, and it'll still hold up. So if you have the Mortal Kombat 3 one, guys, this still works. So you can also use this as well too. So the ball and chain is kind of like that added bonus. And I like it because it gives a little bit of different flair to it. But again, it would suck if you would want to buy, 87 million of them. But at this point, you've kind of already done that, haven't you? So can't really complain. Next up, we're going to go over some of the flame effects. Now, you'll get 2 scorching flame effects that are going to go around your Scorpion. These look really good. But they have a little bit of orange and yellow, which is fine. I do want to say these are not soft plastic, so please be aware. If you drop these a little too rough, they may break. But they are pretty strong, so that's a much added bonus, because they're trying to toughen up that plastic material, which I'm all here for, because I drop a lot of stuff. I know you guys have seen it in a bunch of videos. So you can position them this way. You can actually do it like this. You can actually, however you want. There's a million different ways you're going to use it. And they light up pretty well with light. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's lighting up pretty well up against the light. That means it's going to photograph beautifully. Then you'll get a flaming uppercut. This goes into the fist. So I'm going to take the fist off to show you. And then I'm going to square him up to a point where you can see it, because he actually can hold it up under the weight of his own arm. So I believe you can put the left or the right fist in it, but I'm going to put the right one in. And this slides in. And I always have a little trouble with this because it's trying to find the right groove. There we go. And voila. We have now fit in our fist. As you can see, it actually is pretty snug in there. So just be careful. And you can see here, once I plug it in, that he can actually hold it up. But I'm going to change up his pose, so that way he'd actually look really decent doing it. So when you do a flaming uppercut, it actually looks worth it. There we go. Now we look proper. As you can see, he's holding up the weight. It's not even touching the floor. For those of you who may want to check that angle, it is not touching the floor. That's solid posing, man. Like, this is something that it's kind of thought out. You can kind of see that they actually pose up their toys too. So they're playing as well. So let's actually take this off. We're going to talk about some of the other effects, but we're going to have to talk about the hands in the meantime first. And that's why I'm going to jump into hands and then jump back to effects. I want to get you all square and clean. Yeah, I can leave it like that for a second. Now, we will get open action palms. Open action palms are definitely going to be needed here. You'll get these. You're going to get 2 chain holding hands or martial arts hands, depending on how you want to go about it. And as you can see, his, I don't know what his gloves or pads are different from the previous ones. So you'll notice the difference on these ones as well too. And then you have more open action hands. These ones have the more pizzazz to them. I'm going to call them tiger hands for tiger style. And the reason why I presented that to you is because you'll get 2 flame effects that go around his forearm and hands. And there's designated spots for the hands for that slot in as well. As you can see, it matches the flame parts on the hands that slot in. So keep that in mind. And then we're going to just slide the arm in. And look, just sits on it really nicely. So that means if you want to beat the bricks off your opponent with flaming arms, it's definitely possible with this scorpion. Last but not least, in terms of accessories, we're going to talk about the flaming head, which you'll get. You'll actually get 2 of the flaming eyes parts. The jaw is movable, so you can go. I love doing that. But what's cool about it is you can actually remove this top part. This is a removable flame effect. So if you want the flaming head to look like this, you can. But then you can also remove the eye parts. So that way you don't have to... Oop. It's caught in there. Oh, wait. Maybe No. Considering this is a sample. No, you can remove it. It's actually removable. I wanted to make sure. So, but this part at the bottom is not removable. It is part of the lighting or the light piping inside. Let me see if I can get some light on there. There we go. So the bottom part of this part is not removable, and that's fine. But you still can open up your skull. You can still remove the flaming eyes. You can remove the top of the flaming skull. So you actually have choices and options. And let's see how he looks without that. And yeah, it looks good. I know some people are going to say the head is too small, but if you were a flaming skull under an actual human head, this would technically be you if all that flesh wasn't covering it. So it definitely does work, at least in my opinion. You can your difference of opinion is cool here. You can see, put the flames on top of the head. Now we're a flaming skull. Now we're gonna put the eye parts back in, so we can see how that looks for the people. Oop, I put it in the wrong side. There I go tripping again, y'all. So even if you just wanted one lit up eye, you can do that. You could kind of get your whole Ghost Rider vibes out of this. You can actually get a cool Ghost Rider out of this, like with that skull head. So that'd be pretty dope. I like how this looks. It brings variety, a little bit of change to it. But with that being said, we're going to go take a look at the size comparisons. Then we're actually going to compare our scorpions as well too. So let's get to that. All right, now it's time to square up, and we're going to see how things stack up size-wise. First things first, let's go over scorpions, because that's the most important thing we're here for, scorpion. So let's do it. Here we are with the first scorpion that was released. And this is what I was talking about with those previous joints. As you can see here with the ball joint, its rotation is a little different, but these are much weaker joints in comparison to the ones we have now. These ones definitely get the legitimate ball rolling by having those strong joints that don't allow it to fall off. But this was the reason why I fell in love with the line in the first place. It was this Scorpion and the Sub-Zero that were just, I don't know, it was something different about it that gave me a light under my ass that made me fall in love with this line. So here we are with the original Scorpion. And shout out to Storm for reaching out to me all those years ago at this point. And now we're here. So we started at the bottom and now we're here. Here we are with the Mortal Kombat. I believe this is the 3 variant, Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. And as you can see here, these are the 3 guys. This guy is obviously the biggest. He has the biggest muscle mass, design-wise. Everything on him is the biggest. This one is the smallest. This is a kind of blend between the two, which you definitely get. I mean, even up here, it's a little bit more brown than it is black on the other two. And I'm actually okay with that. I really am. It's kind of like the Because even here, there's like a brown sweater that goes up and over. But I've been having a ball having these. So I plan to do a bunch of fatalities. So hear me out. But as you can see here, the differences between the three. If you didn't like the 3 design, you missed out on the 1 design. This will give you that perfect blend of the 2. Even the yellow is a little different. So you have that. Now let's break out with some other Mortal Kombat characters so you can see what's really good in the hood. Here we are with Baraka. Baraka Maracas. You can see he sits here at a very good height with Scorpion. Next up, we have Sector. Sector. So yeah. And what's crazy is, right, I always think about it. After playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat 11 and like having a ball, like learning as I got my ass whooped, I was realizing your costumes don't necessarily have to match from Mortal Kombat 11 on, because it's basically a time piece. Here we are with Shao Kahn. So you can see Shao Kahn is still taller than everybody else. Now we're going to compare him up to a bunch of other different lines. I just gave you some examples from that. But in Mortal Kombat 11, right, you actually play with different versions of yourself in the past, future, different dimensions. It's actually okay to mix and match your looks now on these guys because of that. So I think that kind of adds to the fun of people having fun in their own little universes of their own toys. Here we are with the 1000 Toys Hellboy, because he's been in a Mortal Kombat game, or at least he's a guest character. The same thing for Predator. We're going to throw in the NECA Predator, and we can see that he's also been a guest character. So you can see how this guy sizes up with Storm Collectible stuff. All right, let's move these guys out. Next up, we're going to do a Mezco Me, but this time I'm on a Gold Skull Ninja body. So here I am as a ninja, now posed up with Scorpion, and as you can see, I'm smaller than Scorpion. So yeah. Then we have a 1000 Toys Synthetic Human. This is a Toy Pizza one. Then we have a an immortal weapon, Iron Fist, and this is a Marvel Legends. And as you can see, size-wise, Scorpion is much bigger than everyone else, but in action shots, this can work out in your favor. But if you're going to do some static stuff and him just standing there, he's going to look gigantic over a bunch of other people. Next up, we have SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga. And I forgot to have an Articulated Icons Ninja, but he stands around the same height as Kamen Rider Kuga, so keep that in mind. And that wraps up our size comparison. Oh, no. Actually, we have my custom Deathstroke from Token Customs. He actually squares up a little bit good with them. And then we have a Bari Killer from Lightning Collection. So yeah, now that wraps it up. Either way, this has been a real blast messing around with this Scorpion. Hopefully I can do some cool pictures like I did with the other Scorpions, and you guys will enjoy it. I'm going to have some fun tearing up the streets with him. This has been one of those, it didn't feel repetitive, but it also didn't feel brand new, but not in a bad way. It felt like I was right at home with this Scorpion. It felt really good. And if you like Mortal Kombat, this is definitely going to be for you. If you're looking to pick up a piece that you didn't have before, this is going to be for you. But if you're deep in the line and you're tired of it, you can obviously pass on it because it was an event exclusive. But it is available at certain places. It was originally up for order at Bluefin Brands. That was the original order. And then Big Bad Toy Store went and got some, and it was in stock. So now is your chance to order it. Hopefully it's still available. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope that you enjoyed. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.